Welcome to Smart 11 students. So we are preparing for an SSLC final exam, and that's through crash course. So under this crash course, dear students, we are going to discuss just the 100% question which is going to appear in your SSLC final exam. So if you want to know all the 100% questions which are very important for your final examination, then you have to watch the video till the end. To get all the videos, you have to subscribe the channel, press the bell icon without fail. And if you want to see all the videos of this crash course, follow the description link. So below the description link, in that you can get links of all the videos related to this crash course. So previously we have studied few of the 100% questions which are very important for your final examination. So today let's learn one more 100% question for your final examination. Okay, let's begin. So students, as you all know, we are already dealing with the real numbers. So under this real number section, there are four very important points. One is expressing a following number, a given number, into the product of its primes, in the sense prime factors, plus calculating HCF and LCM, as well as EDA, Euclid's division algorithm, plus using the Euclid's division algorithm, how to find the HCF of given two numbers. About these two we have already studied in the previous videos. If you have not yet seen those videos, you can follow the description link and you can get those videos there. Okay, today the final part of this real number. So it's actually not the final part. Of course, you'll come to know it's not the final part. So today we are going to discuss about proving the given number as a irrational number. So how to prove the given number as an irrational number? Let's check it out. So dear students, before diving deep into the procedure of proving a given number into an irrational number, first let's discuss a little bit about the rational number and the irrational number. Okay, usually the rational numbers are denoted in the form of p by q, something like 2 by 3, 8 by 7, 9 by 3, and even a 2, because if nothing is in its denominator, there is 1. So these all are known as rational numbers. And of course, remember, always the q must not be equal to 0. Then only it's a rational number. So these all are rational numbers. Now, what do you mean by irrational number now? For example, what is the square root of 4? Definitely it's 2. Square root of 9? Definitely it's 3. What's the square root of 3? We don't know. What's the square root of 5? We don't know. What's the square root of 7? We can't tell exactly. It means the values of which numbers we can't tell when they are under the square root, they are known as irrational numbers. So these are irrational numbers. See, if you write the number something like this, and if you call this one as irrational number, it's wrong, because we know root 16 is a 4. So root 16 is not irrational number. It comes under, again, rational number category only. If you can't say the value of this number which is inside the root sign, then only it is known as irrational number. I think it is clear now, the difference between rational number and a irrational number. So today in this video, students, we are going to study like these questions. So we have to prove such numbers as irrational numbers using the real number theory. Okay, let's check what's the theory now. Okay, here the question given is prove that the given number is an irrational number. So under this category, that is proving a given number is an irrational number, usually there are two kinds of sums students usually we get in the examination. This is first one and this is the second type of question. So here you can see the question as 2 plus root 7 or 3 plus 2 root 5, or some other time you can get 2 minus 3 root 7. So whether it is plus or minus, that doesn't matter, but it's a two term number, in the sense it's a binomial. But here if you check, it's just root 7, root 5, root 3, so it's a monomial. So proving a binomial irrational number method is a little bit different, and proving a monomial number, a single number, as an irrational number, little bit steps are different. So what we do today we'll focus on this section. So today we learn how to prove these binomials as irrational number. So at the end of the video, again you have the homework which you have to practice at your home. So in the next video, we'll concentrate on these monomials, how to prove them as irrational number. I think it is more clear now what the video is about. Okay, let's begin to prove a binomial as a irrational number now. So dear students, this is SSLC final exam preparation crash course. Under that we are studying real numbers, and here is the first question. Prove that 2 plus root 7 is an irrational number. Okay, to prove this the steps are like this. First copy down the solution. Okay, before proving the number, the given number 2 plus root 7 as an irrational number, what we have to do is we have to do one assumption. So we have to assume, let us assume that this 2 plus root 7 is a rational number. So considering this binomial as a rational number, we go on writing certain steps till the end, and at the end we come to know that this is not a rational number. When we started considering this is a rational number, but at the end we come to know that this is not rational number, then what it is? Definitely it's a irrational number. Okay, let's check the steps now. Okay, once we consider this one is a rational number, then we can write therefore 2 plus root 7 is equal to p by q, because we discussed already every rational number is in the form of p by q, where p and q belongs to set of integers, that is z, and q is not equal to 0. This is the common step of all the sums related to proving a number is irrational number. Then we start solving now. Write the root 7 as it is. So root 7 is equal to p by q. Send the 2 on the other side, we get minus 2. Then root 7 is equal to, after this take the LCM, so it's p minus 2 into cube, 2 cube upon cube as it is in the denominator. Okay, now this is a rational number because it is in the form of p by q, so this is a rational number. Therefore p minus 2 cube upon cube is a rational number, but already we know root 7 is not rational number. Root 7 is a irrational number because we can't tell the exact value of the 7, so it's a irrational number. But root 7 is a irrational number. So just check here, this part is we are saying it's a rational number, and this part we are saying it's a irrational number. So here irrational number and here rational number, both are not matching because between them there is some equal sign. So equal sign, it means irrational number is equal to rational number. How is it possible? It's impossible. Therefore this is contradiction. It means they are not matching with one another. This is contradiction. Why this contradiction has arisen, student? Because we considered this is a rational number. It means our assumption is wrong. Once our assumption is wrong, what is our assumption? 2 plus root 7 is rational number. This is only wrong. It means what is correct? Yes. Therefore 2 plus root 7 is irrational number. So once we prove 2 plus root 7 is an irrational number, the sum finishes here only. I think it is clear. See, so simple, students. So just you have to assume this one as a rational number, go on writing 2-3 steps and just comparing. At the end you will come to know it's a irrational number. Isn't it so simple? Okay, we'll take one more sum under this category, and that time it will be more clear for you. Students, this time the given sum is 3 plus 2 root 5 is an irrational number. Okay, first solution part. Okay, under the solution, first you have to assume let 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational number. Okay, once it is rational, then definitely it is in the form of p by q. Therefore 3 plus 2 root 5 is equal to p by q, where p and q belongs to z, that is set of integers, and q is not equal to 0. Now, we use some mathematical steps. Okay, just write 2 root 5 as it is, p by q as it is, send 3 on the other side, so it's minus 3. Then 2 root 5 is equal to, take the LCM, write the p as it is, minus 3 into q, 3 cube upon cube. So along with this root 5 there is 2, cross multiply these two, so we get root 5 is equal to p minus 3 cube upon 2 into cube, so this is 2 cube. Now again compare, on the right hand side it is p minus 3 cube upon 2 cube, it means it's a rational number, because here p minus 3 cube upon 2 cube, it is nothing but just like p by q, so it's a rational number, so even it's a rational number. Therefore p minus 3 cube upon 2 cube is a rational number. But we know this is irrational number, but root 5 is irrational number. So again the same problem, students. Here it is irrational number and this side it is rational number. Rational number is equal to irrational. How come it is possible? It's definitely impossible. It means this impossibleness is called as contradiction. Therefore this is contradiction. Now why this contradiction arised? Again the same thing. We considered the 3 plus 2 root 5 as an rational number, so it's wrong. It means our assumption is false. Once our assumption is false, then what is true? Yes, 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational. Therefore 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational. I think it is clear now, right? So this is a type of question which is going to be asked in a final examination 100%. Only the difference is, students, either it may be asked a binomial or a monomial, but one question for 2 marks, not 100%, it's 500%, or you can say 1000% sure. So this is 3 plus 2 root 5, or only the changes, the numbers may change here, but the procedure, the steps, everything remains the same. So these sums write again and again and practice yourself for the forthcoming final examination. So to make it perfect under this category, we have homework for you now. So before going for the homework, students, let's once more clarify what we have learned. We learned proving a given number as a irrational number. Under this category, we studied this type sums, means binomial sums, how to prove them as a irrational. Still monomial sums are there, how to prove them as irrational number, and about that we'll learn in the next video. Okay, moving to the homework section. Dear students, this is your homework. So again, as usual, you have 5 sums: A, B, C, D and E. So every sum is a binomial. As you can see, root 5 no definite value, root 2, root 6, root 11, 5 to root 3, so there is no definite value for these numbers which are inside the root sign. It means these all are irrational numbers, so you have to prove that these are irrational numbers. The very important thing in this, students, you have to write all the steps. Don't skip any step. You may lose the marks in final exam. You may think and come after the exam you wrote entirely correct, but if you miss the steps, definitely you are going to score less marks for your laziness. So don't leave any step, write all the steps. All the best for you. Hope this video is very helpful for you. So if you understood all these sums, don't forget to hit that like button. Plus share this video with your friends so that even they can understand. So in the next video again we'll meet with one more 100% question for your final examination. Till then, study well, study hard.